Alright, I think this thing's going. Hey yo everybody, I'm Braxton Wise. This is Third Copy Studio, and today we're working on finishing Poppy Playtime 5, Chapter 5. What's up, Mr. Super Cool Guy? It's good to see you. If we finish this today, I might do a live stream of Chapter 1. Playing the Poppy Playtime game. What's it called? A tight squeeze? I don't know. But that'll be tomorrow, and we'll be live. And then later, and the video will always be up there in case you missed the stream. And I'll also edit some of it, so there'll be a shorter version. And yeah. And we'll put it in like a Poppy Playtime list here for playlist, so that the art streams and the stream of the game that the art is of will actually be in the playlist. So it'll be easy to find, I think. Anyway, I hope you had a good week. There we go. This is working. I need to bring over my my reference. Where's it at? Alright, drag this over. There we go. I'm getting used to that. That felt like a very clunky process at first. Is it okay if I send the video link to my channel for tomorrow? I'm not sure what you mean, but go ahead. The video for this, or to your channel? Okay, well, we'll just see. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. We have to finish this today so I can do the live stream tomorrow of the game. I think Poppy 2 and 3, 2, 3, and 4 are on sale. The 5th one is not, so it might be a little bit if you play a tight squeeze. Okay. Okay. I got you. Let's see. This one, let's start with the foreground thumb here. It's on its own separate layer. I'm going to, because I think it's fine the way it is. It's nice and sharp. I got the base color in. Let's do transparency lock, which in other software like GIMP, for instance, it's called alpha lock. Alpha is the transparency channel or opacity. It's the same thing. Transparency, opacity. You know, transparency when you can kind of see through it. Opacity when you can't see through it. Let's see. Alright, so if I lock that, and we'll just pick up whatever color that is and have a look at how that happens. Alright, we need some softness on that. Pressure opacity. Yeah, give it like a hint of a shine. What does it need? Okay, we already have that dark color. So let's try and pick up some red for this shine, where it's picking up the light of the red of the room around it. I should probably be using my airbrush. Just back up through that and see if that doesn't do a better job. Airbrush. Yeah, that's better. I like that already. So let's back up through all that, get that shine off of there. And this is not on another layer, so I really do have to be careful. There. It should probably be just straight bright.
Waxy, here's a faxi. I'm paying on my Twitch taxi to the maxi to make sure I don't laxy.
Hey yo, woo woo. Thank you very much for the resub. Welcome in. Get you dinner? Okay. I will see you then. I don't like that. Let's do this again. We'll try again. Turn on pressure size. Maybe that'll help. I don't know how to make that look right. It's either that or go back to the brush I was using. It still comes out streaky. Well, let's see if I can split the difference a little bit. It doesn't have to be exact, so it just needs to be passable. All right. How am I going to do that? There needs to be like an edge on that. No, I can't do that. Well, I'm not liking that at all. What am I going to do about you? Something like that. I have a feeling I'm not going to like the outcome of this. I'm going to have to redo this thumb later. So yeah, much less problem with the red color. But it's darker. Darn it. Alright, it's something I'll probably have to fiddle with later. Okay, are we stuck? Because it's gone back as far as it wants to go. Which is a danger. Let's see. Airbrush. Maybe it's too pointy. No, did I change the brush size of that? May not have. Yeah, the problem is it's just too much. It's too pointy. It should not be like that. Alright, so how do we fix that? This brush is too sensitive. Why is that? Are my pressure sensing settings off? Okay. Would I have it at 40? Let's see what that does. Yeah, my brush is behaving weirdly. Okay, it's a little bit better. This honestly should be on another layer. Man, shines are not easy on things like this. So try the red first. So I'm a little bit more successful with that. I think what I'm going to end up having to do is like vector that again. There's no vectors on that layer. I dropped those down. Alright, this does not have to go up the entire thing. There. That's okay. I mean, I am doing all this by hand, right? And they probably use like a, I don't know, Blender or some kind of 3D modeling thing and then took a snapshot of it. So it's difficult to get these things straight. Hey, Strider, welcome in. And just as a note, we're going to do this often today because we're starting the push. I am going to be moving strictly to YouTube fairly soon. So for anyone who isn't following or isn't subbed to my YouTube channel, you should sub if you want to catch future streams, because we'll be exclusively on YouTube fairly soon, and we'll even be doing some gaming streams. You know, things that are associated with the art or art that's associated with the games that we're playing. Of course, not exclusively for the channel, but we are going to try some gaming and art sort of streams. Tomorrow, since we're probably going to finish this today, or I will finish this today, and if I don't finish it during the stream, it will be finished. It is going to get finished this evening, off stream, one or the other. And that means tomorrow we'll be doing a gaming stream on YouTube. Poppy Playtime Chapter 1. A tight squeeze. And we'll see how that goes. Since we're already doing the art for it. It'll be our first gaming stream, art stream test. It's look a little wiggly, but we're just gonna have to leave that, I think, for today. Just let that be what it is. It might help if I did it this way. Just hard for me to track these things when they turn upside down. Like visually, remember where I'm at. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think I can live with that. All right. I've got these other shines basically on there. Head cracks, we need to do that today. The glow layer. There we go. This is the rest of it. Let's see, how about we try and alpha lock this one and see if this helps a little. I think it'll be fun to do a few gaming streams again. It's what I spent thousands of hours of my time doing. I should know how to do it by now. Right? Let's pick up some of that red. Because these shines are picking up the color. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Alright, let's keep going with that. Right? We're in a good place now. I'm gonna erase this bit here too. Brighter. Yeah, that'll work. It's good enough. Good enough is good enough. We like good enough, that's right. You darn right we do. It's about the journey, not the destination. This needs to thin down, which I'll mess with in a bit here. Give my eraser back. Oh, we don't want to erase that. I'll unlock that in a bit here so we can do some corrections. Also, I like the art. I like the sort of creepy art. We might lean into a little bit of that, experiment around with that in the future. A little more of a creepy, weird kind of style. Let's see. And we want this. I want more dark back here on this one. It's weird that this is picking up such a red color. It's doing that thing where it's picking up that color slightly lighter than I want it. There, I want the dark at the back of it. Because this is gonna pick up. I guess it's picking up the white of the doll head. At least I think it is. What's the little thing there? Chill W cat. I don't even know what's the W part. Horrible creepy. There you go. I like that stuff. There was this magazine I used to subscribe to called Juxtapose. Lots of like insider or outsider art, underground art, lots of weird, creepy stuff. Very cool. And you know, doing this stuff for this reminded me of that. So we might lean into that. Some darker, weirder stuff. Where am I at here? Too much. That's in front, I think, yeah. Whoops. Okay, I think we're close. Darker, please. Okay, why are you not darker? Is there something blocking you from being darker? Yes, so what is it? If I remove the lock. Yeah, that's weird. That shouldn't be happening. Okay, somehow the glow layer is interfering with that. I was hoping it would only be on that layer. Let's see how that affects it. This is where it should be, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it looks okay. Just had that, I just didn't have that placed the right way. Oh, hold on. I need to lock that again. Since that wasn't the problem. All right. Let's turn that off and then render these a little bit better. Just trimming these up a little. These are a bit chunky. Alright, I think I'm alright with that. Which one are you? Are you on the thumb layer? Yes, you are. This program is so frustrating when you hit the wrong button. It just deletes my stuff because I hit Alt one too many times. Hopefully we haven't messed anything up. I kind of was counting on that to be finished. There we go. Alright, now what layer are you on? But you're still on the same layer, so why don't you erase? Oh wait. It should erase, even with the lock. Alright. There you go. So what am I going to do with these cracks? I practiced on these before, so we'll see how I do on the rest of them. Let's see, how did I do it? First of all, we need to be on the actual layer. This comes up. Ayo, Garrett. kind of spider out from this. Let's see if I have some highlights in here. To give these some depth, right? Also, thank you, Garrett, for jumping into the YouTube. We gotta get a feel for YouTube. I don't think we need highlights on that one. Well, I guess we do, but the highlights will be a different color. I want a reddish color on here. So it's going to come from back here, I guess. There. That's kind of fractury, right? Only bad thing about YouTube is that it will totally screw up my recommends, but I'm sorry. It's the thing, it's the problem with working with an algorithm. You either get discovery and algorithm, and you know, a bunch of other stuff with it, or you get like Twitch, which is zero discovery and no algorithm. So I am sorry for that. Okay, I need to round out this face. We kind of got a little rough on it. And I'm not really going to refine these shadows too much more. But we will put in some highlights. All right. See if we can lock that and get a good shine out of that. That is a thing. Like, I do that all the time. Like, man, if I watch this video, I'm gonna get inundated with 1,000 of them. I don't know, YouTube does this like all or nothing thing. It's really annoying. Like, oh, so you like watching people cut down trees? Well, here's 50. No, I just was looking for one. So I could learn how to cut down the tree in my backyard without dying, you know? It's dangerous. Tree cutting. That's a true story. Okay. I'm basically okay with these things, and I'm okay with them not being exact. We have the spirit of it, and it looks... I really like this one. I think this is one of my favorite pieces that I've done. I'm really happy with it. And it was, of course, thanks to Super Cool Guy. That I found out about the game. It's fine. You don't have to do that. I just want butts in the seats. That's all. I don't want to leave anybody behind when we move over. That's all. I'm curious to try to see how the gaming and art thing goes. Of course, we're not really trying to succeed on YouTube. This is just a creative space for me to do my thing, whatever that might be on whatever given day it is. This is wrong over here. Man, my algorithm, there is no algorithm for the things I watch. I mean, there is, but I just reject it all the time. I don't click on recommended stuff. I just go find stuff manually. I avoid my home page because it just puts wild, crazy stuff there that I know I wouldn't. It's weird. It's like they want to show you stuff that you don't want to see. It's just weird. Like they're trying to be like, hey, look at this thing. We want you to like this thing. But what about this other thing that I like? No, we don't want you to like that. We don't want you to like those things. We want you to like this thing that we're putting in front of you. You know, because somebody paid us a lot of money to push this one thing. So we decided to put this on your homepage as if you wanted it there. That's kind of what it feels like to me sometimes. I just go to my subscriptions page and then manually look for stuff. That's just how I YouTube when I'm watching stuff. Man, I was watching some crazy stuff today. Like the real crime dramas, or not dramas, but like real crime stuff, and some of that is just so bizarre. Okay, I think we need a darker red color for that. Or a redder red. But I get it, and I'm not gonna clickbait, even if it would help. I hate clickbait. I'm not gonna be someone who does it, unless we're doing it as like a joke. It's gonna have to be like ironic and obvious, or we're not doing it. That stuff just puts me off so much. And the thing is, YouTube encourages it. They tell you this in your little dashboard thing. Like, you know, I don't really want to do that, though. You're just gonna desensitize people to the clickbait, and then they won't click on anything. Then they're just gonna look at it and go, well, it's just gonna be, you know, BS anyway, so I'm just not even gonna click on it. That's how I imagine that will go. Like, that's how it goes with me, so I don't know, maybe I'm just different. I probably don't respond to things in the same way that other people do. I get that. I know that about myself. What is that color? It's like a... Let's go a little more intense and down. What's that? There's this core of it. And I want to get. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Darker, darker. Excuse me. Also, if anyone has any suggestions for, like, I don't know, something short like creepy horror survival games, something kind of like this that I might want to stream and do art of, because we're definitely doing Poppy Playtime 1 tomorrow. It's short, I think. So I might be able to do like a first playthrough in like one stream. Let's turn off that lock. For a second. Just trim that back a little bit. I really like this. And I learned a lot doing this. I created kind of a workflow for myself for using vectors and then adding them into the main, like rasterizing them so I can work the way I normally work. So the vectors don't have to stay vectors. I can vector them, fill them in, and then drop them down, which rasterizes them into a raster layer, and then I can work with them like I normally would. And I can use the alpha lock or the transparency lock more often. I'm getting a little bit more used to it. I'm definitely improving with my knowledge of this software. It's just I don't explore it too much because I like leaning into my strengths, of course, as everyone does, I think. So I just kind of stick with what I know, and it's not always the best solution for me, though. Sometimes you have to stretch, which I like doing that too. I like to challenge myself, but we had kind of an uphill battle with this. Heyo, Nixed. Welcome in. I'll be doing a gaming stream tomorrow, by the way. Darn it, not that color. Yes, that's right. I put an announcement in my Discord about the soon to be move totally to YouTube, and being a gaming stream, it'll be there. That's where it's going to be. But there will always be the VOD, and I'm going to also do some light editing. Hopefully I can just do that in YouTube Studio. Just take out the repetitive deaths and stuff if I do die a bunch of times. That kind of thing. So there's a shortened version for people who don't want to watch the raw live stream. Which is what I should do with the art streams too, but man, there's just so many of them. I don't even want to I don't even want to go back and edit through all those things. It would take half my life. We should also do some speed paints. Take because even though I don't really like to watch speed paints from other artists, I want to see them work in real time. Other people don't, and it's more of an entertainment to them rather than learning something from art. So, or learning something from an artist. And I look at it as an artist learning from another artist. So I want to see them work in real time, but other people want to see those speed paints. It's basically just a video of this, but sped up with like music in the background. So a 6-hour video takes like 10-20 minutes instead. Art streams are staying on Twitch? No. We're going to move completely to YouTube. Not tomorrow, but gaming streams absolutely will be on YouTube exclusively. And after a while where I'm making the announcement enough, because we have to do this just for lurkers, and tell them we're moving and follow me, sub me over here at YouTube. So we're gonna do that for a while and try and get as much adoption of the new channel as we can before I stop streaming to Twitch. I'm not gonna leave Twitch entirely because, you know, all my friends are there, and, you know, like you and Pi and Heimdall and, you know, Hefe and sorry to anyone I didn't mention, Cartube, right? All the people that I support and watch are over there. But I won't be streaming here. Yeah, some of this is inaccurate. I kind of wish that I had done these ball joints a little bit better, but boy, they're tedious. So I think we're just gonna be okay with it. I'm just gonna live with it like that, because, you know, if you just look at it and be like, you know what, that looks okay. It's really when I'm just comparing it to this one. It's always a learning exercise, you know. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. But the thing is, moving over to YouTube, I will then be doing gaming streams and art streams related to the gaming streams. And that'll be some of what my original audience wanted in the first place, and the reason why they left. So if any of them want that back, they can sub my YouTube, because that's where I will be in the future. Ayo, Draconic Dude. We were just talking about my soon-to-be move from Twitch to YouTube. Hope you're having a good week. Good weekend now. I have not quite mastered this. What are these? Just sort of correction layers. But we're gonna work on this. Yeah, let's add a little bit more of this over here. Welcome back, super cool guy. Welcome back. I think I had that a little bit brighter. And this was going to be darker. Update my sub status on Twitch since I've been subscribing to you. Oh, nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the like 3-month blocks. I'd forgotten that was kind of a new thing. And it's okay if anyone, I mean, it's totally fine to cancel your Twitch sub. Those are paid subs. YouTube subs work differently. They're not paid. It's like it's just for getting rid of the confusion. Twitch subs are free. They're follows. YouTube subs are paid. The difference in the two worlds there. And the terminology. But it's perfectly fine. I will 100% understand, and it's expected for anyone to drop their Twitch sub. I do have a Ko-Fi set up, and that will be used. It's here as well, but it just doesn't really get used much. But that will be a way of sort of continuing that over on any support that anybody wants to give over on YouTube. Also, Ko-Fi is really good. If you're a streamer, you should think about a Ko-Fi. They don't have like a mandatory cut for the service. It's just an honor system thing. You just basically give them what you think they deserve. I think I volunteered, like, I don't remember. It was like 8% or some tiny, 3.5%. It was something small. And I was happy to do that. So it's cool, you know? I like that. Of course, who knows? They might change that in the future. All companies seem to do that. They seem generous at first, and then comes the hammer. Like, oh, you thought that was going to be free forever? Well, tough toenails, right? Anyway, we're just carving out a space where I can be creative and have fun and just sort of leave Twitch and the craziness there behind. That's all. This always ends up being streaky. Oh wait, I turned that. Oh, no, it's not the opacity thing. Turn that off. Turn off precise pressure. I could just leave this sort of sketchy. In other news, I am completely in love with the Beastie Boys and have been ever since day one. What was that? Licensed to Ill? Loved it so much. And they are re-releasing. They've re-released others too, but they're re-releasing To the Five Boroughs. Or they have re-released it. I had to grab some CDs and some vinyl of that. That just had to be a thing, right? I've got one of them. I've got the deluxe version, the deluxe 3 album thing. It's boxed. It's got one of these like 3D covers on it and stuff and everything. It's nice for Ill Communication that they recently re-released. And I'm like, it's pricey. But, you know, to me it's important, so as long as I could swing it, I swung it. But this time I could not swing it for To the Five Boroughs. So I got the I got the CDs in the deluxe version, so it still has the extra songs and the extra recordings on it. But I also got the re-release of the original 2-album LP, or 2 LP album. So at least I still have some vinyl, kind of splitting the difference, right? So many good bands doing stuff right now. And I got the vinyl of Tense Needs from Electric Callboy recently. They just released their Tense Needs album from their concert. That's a must. There's this group called Parcels that I'm really in love with right now. I might try and get some of their stuff eventually. Very cool stuff. It has been musically an amazing year for me so far. Let's see, 5th grade was all Beastie Boys for me. There you go. I remember being in vocal music class, and this kid had a cassette of License to Ill, and I was like, "What?" It's got the airplane on it and everything. I was like, "That? What is that?" And he let me look at it, and I was like, "Oh wait, I know these songs. I'd seen Fight for Your Right to Party on MTV." And I was like, that sounds cool. And then I did not realize who they were, though, because it was just a passing thing. I was like, oh, I know this group. I'm gonna have to get that. And there it was. Love at first sight, and just loved them for decades. Criterion Collection. I don't really know what that is. Awesome because you could switch the audio track to play numerous remixes. I don't know what that is. You'll have to explain that. Let's see. Unfortunately, the second... Oh, they're discs, right? So they're CDs. And the second disc cracked and I couldn't play it anymore. I still don't know how it cracked. There's an awesome Bollywood remix of Hey Ladies on it that I couldn't find anywhere else. Wow. That sucks. I actually would be interested in hearing that. That sounds neat. Okay, have a good night. Have a good night, super cool guy. And same time tomorrow, I will be streaming the game of Poppy Playtime Chapter 1. And we'll all be over on YouTube. So everyone who's usually in the Twitch chat is gonna be over there with you. Basically this time, which I start at, let's see, you're Eastern, I think. I'm Central, and I start at 1 p.m. Central, so that's 2 p.m. Eastern. So it's like half an hour ago, which would be the time for you. It'd be an hour and a half ago, I guess, is when I started this. Yeah. But those are, again, we can work on when the lives go, when the lives start, but they will always be there. And yes, I understand that it's far more fun to watch live content when it's live. That's also my preference. Um, but you know, there's only so much I can accommodate. We kind of straddle the North American and European market in this time of day. That's how Super Cool Guy is able to be here. He's over there in England, and then we've got, you know, Swedes and Danes and Finns, right? So this kind of sits in a better time for a lot of people. I've done a lot of experimentation with time frames or stream times, which is more important on Twitch than it is on YouTube, because YouTube ends up, you know, there's an infrastructure for people to watch or rewatch the live streams and the edited content as well. I hope the YouTube editor is able to help me just get that done, because I really don't want to mess with editing software. I have DaVinci Resolve, but I'm really not a fan of it. It puts stuff in a weird place. Like, alright, it's messing with me again. There. Make sure we're on the right layer. See, when I built this PC, I built it to accommodate, you know, other solid state drives. And I got a small solid state just to handle the OS. So it wouldn't bottleneck when I was doing things like this. Just for the OS, dedicated on, you know, one of those, you know, the little, what is it, M1 or M2 things? I forget what they're called. Just right on the motherboard, as close to the CPU as possible. And it's just for the OS. And then I have a couple of other solid state drives that are meant for storage, and one for storage and one for like software. So the problem with DaVinci Resolve is that it wants to default to shoving all of its temporary files into the main drive. You know, like, what's that, C drive? And it's infuriating. It just does it every time, and I'm like, man, I don't trust you. I want to be able to tell you where to put these files, and you don't want to do that. You want to keep putting it somewhere else. And I need you to not keep putting all this extraneous material in a drive that wasn't meant for it. So that's my issue. The drive was only meant to be big enough to handle an OS plus the extra updates, air quotes. It was not meant to handle all this extra software that wants to embed itself in there. So I got to figure out how to make that stop, right? Well, it doesn't just switch, I guess. You have to designate where those temporary files go while it's processing, you know, before it renders. But it then tries to do it again if I open another, like another project. It seems to just default back to that every time, and I can't seem to force it to change its default. It just always wants to cause me troubles. That means I have to set up temporary folders manually, yet again, every single time, in a directory that I want it to be in. So I have to manually make custom directories and force it into there. And I never trust it. I can't trust it anymore. I know it sounds crazy, but I just cannot trust it to not keep pushing stuff into there, because it doesn't even show it. I'm like, where did you put that? Where is that at? And then I had to dig through the program to figure out where it was putting them. Like, that was the issue. It's like it hides them from you, and that's scary. So it really gave me trouble, and I was just fed up. I'm like, can't there just be something that doesn't punish you, but also doesn't cost a lot of money, please? But no, I guess the price you pay for open source is frustration, apparently. That's the real price. Oh, here's the thing I was wanting to address, is the lips. This shape is not where I want it. But it's just a tiny little thing with some little highlight streaks there. Is that like a white? It's like the cleft of the lower lip, that little separation there. I don't know. I'll have to deal with it again later and try and figure it out. But once stuff starts messing with me like that, I just cannot stick with it. It frustrates me, and then I just walk away from it. Like, I just cannot do this today. And then I never go back to it because it burned me so bad and caused me so much frustration. It seems to be much darker over here. Anyway, it'll be fun to get back into a little bit of gaming. I've done it for so long, gaming streams. In fact, you know what? It's difficult for you to even play a game off stream now. Because I've got so used to the whole performance thing. No, this needs to be red. Is picking up the reflective light. Proposed part-time schedule? I have not heard this proposal, or maybe I just wasn't like fully present during your last stream. I'm always there, I just am not always, I don't always have the my attention turned toward it because I'm like doing other stuff. I really would like to get this hazy reflection out of here without having to damage my stuff, but I think I'm going to have to damage my stuff. Okay. Without obsessing on making it perfect, I think we're pretty close to this being finished. Let's see, I'll play a game the full way through, then I'll take a week or two before streaming the next game. Okay. Well, I like having a next stream at least once or twice a week, but you have to do what you have to do. You have to make those things fit into your life. I have learned the lesson, you can't kill yourself for the stream. You know, work-wise, not literally, right? YouTube doesn't like the words, so we don't want to say it too much, so you'd be like, oh my god. They'll demonetize me. They'll monetize me just so they can demonetize me. Just for the purpose of demonetizing. Well, I will be there. I will absolutely be there. All right, what do we think? I think I'm okay with this as is. Right? I've kind of gone to the best of my ability without like fussing with it for too much longer. I think this isn't bad for hand copying by eye, right? Thank you very much. Oh, we should sign it. I have to sign it. We'll do a, we'll do it on the thumb layer. That looks like a 3. There we go. And save. And I think that's it for us, right? So anyway, the Poppy Playtime will start tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. There will be an announcement in my Discord. And yeah, let's do the link just one more time for anyone who's lurking and interested. That's where we will be. Alright. I want everyone to have a really good day. And I will see you tomorrow. And thank you very much for hanging out with me.